Life talks. Whoa. Can I hear that? Life talks with Trillsinatra, another podcast going in history books. This is victory. Like Nipsey said, this is the victory lap. So remember that spiral? Yeah, I had one of those. We talk about that. Had an incident that happened at the job. Me and this dude, we the only dudes at the place. Everybody else is just all females there. And this dude wanna fight. He in my face. It's one of those moments where if you don't walk away, a lot of people get hurt, and the only way that it ends is with the police being called. And you gotta think, you want this too, but what are you getting out of it? What do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? Right? What do I get out of getting into a squabble at my job when I have so much to gain with somebody that's pushing 70, I might add, and have nothing to gain and nothing to lose? Well, they have the rest of their life to lose, and freedom, and going through more bullshit, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I'm going to speak for myself, right? We the only dudes there. Everybody else around us is women. So I know that if I start, I'm not going to stop. And somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody might die. But it's going to affect what I have going on and the people that I'm responsible for and the people that I'm winning victories over the devil for, right? You see, the thin line you don't cross is the choice that you make. That's that thin line. You make the choice whether to risk everything for a victory that means nothing. That victory isn't gonna benefit anybody, right? When a boxer wins a fighting match, his victory can pay for his family's life. His victory can pay for his bills and the goals and everything that he has planned in his life. But a street fight, the only victory that you get is what the streets give you, right? And I've been in the streets, and I got out of that life, and I got out of that way, and I got out of everybody else's way that was in that life and stayed in that life, and I moved far, far away, and I ended up in more shit with family, so I had to move far, far away from that. So now, you know, just having to go and start all over, like, you know, people are happy when you have to start from the bottom, like all over again, and people love when that happens to you because they don't want you to be better than them. They don't want you to be better than what you can be. They don't want you to, live life through your full potential. They don't want you to live your life to the fullest. They want you to live your life to their fullest. They want you to live your life according to how they're living their life. They want you to be subjugated to the things that they have tied themselves and subjugated themselves to. So when you starting over and you starting from the bottom, people love that. People love that. And they love when they get to see it and they get to see that you don't get from that. Right? So when you starting, that's why I say you start from nothing, because nothing can stop you, because nothing's gonna stop you. Right? Not no not no petty argument, not nobody doing no evil eyes, trying to send people my way, not nobody doing none of that shit, right? None of that's gonna stop me because none of them gave me the none of them gave me the opportunity. I put myself on. I put myself on And I put my work in, and I've been putting my work in. I've been putting work in for years, paying homage to all these people, tagging all these artists, all these big name, major label artists, people that wouldn't even spit on me if they saw me, and I'm still tagging these people because I have a purpose and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it on purpose, my way, for spite, because of the fact that people want to see you at the bottom, and they want to see you start from their version of nothing. They want to see you down and out and stay down and out, because they know if you get up and you realize your power, that you're going to be able to fuck everything up and devour everything that they got. So they want to see you at the bottom. They want to see you lose. They want to see you groveling at their feet. They want to see you asking them for anything. They want you to ask them for sugar, salt, pepper, any motherfucking thing to add to whatever you got going on. They want you to have to ask them for it. And I refuse to go back to being anybody's anything. My father raised me to be a man. My father made me a man. Ain't nobody made me nothing. Nobody gave me nothing. My big homie gave me a place to stay when I needed it, and I will forever be grateful. I always think about that. He probably forgot about it, but my big homie, he gave me a place to stay, right? Travis Vasquez is always going to be my big homie, right? Jonathan Diaz is always going to be my big bro, right? Because those are the people that looked and saw what I didn't even see yet, but what I was showing, right? Like, you know, when you see somebody with raw talent, raw potential, like that raw respect, like, you know, like no matter what happens, they're always going to have that. They're always going to have that it. Right, no matter how hard life get, no matter how easy life get, they're always gonna seem like, damn, that motherfucker never satisfied. But in a way, like they're ambitious, but they don't run over anybody. They, you know, even if they running and they running hard, they're gonna, you know, even if they bump into somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, excuse me, my apologies, you know. Like, even if anything goes wrong or anything goes bad, they got a level head and they're gonna be able to be focused through it. They're not going to get devoured by anything that goes wrong. They're not going to get devoured by things that life sends to, you know, the negative aspects of life, right? That's why I say I'm looking forward to the good things that life have to offer, because I endured and suffered and thrived and survived and evolved through all the things that life had to offer me negatively. I adapted to that. I overcame that, and I thrived and survived, and I evolved from all of that. And I still am that. So don't think that just because I'm no longer in the streets, that the streets ain't still in me. I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Quoting Jay-Z. So picture me, let these clowns nitpick at me and paint me like a pickaninny. I would literally kiss TT in the forehead, tell the police forgive me, and squeeze into your forehead. I'm not the one to score points off. In fact, I got a joint that'll knock your points off. Young, Hova the God, nigga, blasphemy. I'm at the Trump International, ask for me. I ain't never scared. I'm everywhere, you ain't never there. Nigga, why would I ever care? Pound for pound, I'm the best to ever come around here. Excluding nobody. Look what I embody. I'm the soul of a hustler. I really ran the street. I'm the CEO's mind. That marketing plan was me. No, I ain't get shot up a whole bunch of times. Don't make up shit in a whole bunch of lines. And I ain't animated like say I'm Busta Rhymes, but the real shit you get when you bust down my lines, times that by my influence on pop culture, I'm supposed to be #1 on everybody's list. We'll see what happens when I no longer exist. Fuck this.